Hi, welcome to our Wednesday devotional. I trust this will be a blessing to you. Thank you for taking the time today to spend with me. Many scriptures are a blessing to me, and recently I was reading again in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. If you remember or you want to look this up, at the end of that chapter, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, we are given quickly several commands that are powerful commands. In verse 16, we're told, rejoice evermore. Verse 17, pray without ceasing. Verse 18, in everything give thanks. Verse 19 or 20, quench not the spirit. All of these things right in succession, boom, boom, boom. Do this, do this, do this. What a challenge they are. And written so short and terse in just a couple of words, we're rebuked or challenged. But as I was reading it this week, I did not pass over what I see in verse 11. In verse 11, we read these words, edify one another. Edify one another. What a challenge that is. We live with each other, we work with each other, we go to church with each other, but very often we don't edify each other. So I want to challenge you today to edify other people. Let me give you some very practical thoughts. I've jotted these down to remind me. Number one, watch for areas in which you can compliment each other. Now, I'm not talking about areas of physical beauty or how smart someone is. I'm speaking of areas of character. I'm talking about speaking of someone's faithfulness, speaking of someone's kindness, speaking of someone's gentle temperament. Oh, what a compliment that really is. And when we give someone a compliment about their character, especially if it reflects upon the Lord Jesus Christ, we are really edifying or building up that person. Second thing is this, watch for times when people are down. Even the very best of Christians have times when they are not up as much spiritually as they are at other times. They can be down. We need to watch for that and not just look the other way, but find some way that we can edify and lift them up and encourage them. And then this, I say this carefully, watch for opportunities to give someone a hug. Now, I don't mean necessarily a physical hug, although that may be appropriate. I think men and women need to be very careful about these sorts of things. But even an emotional hug where you simply relate to that person. Physical hugs can be right. Most of you that are listening probably know that Karen Roberts' husband, Philip, passed away not long ago, about a week and a half. And the next day, my wife and I saw Karen and their son at a restaurant. We looked at each other, and without saying a word, Karen stood up, and my wife stood up, and walked toward each other and just hugged each other. I don't think they exchanged a word for a few moments. Emotionally, even physically, give someone a hug, edify, lift them up, build them up. Another thing is this, prop them up. The word for edify is a word that is sort of like a carpenter's word, where if they're building a wall or building for perhaps a porch roof, and underneath there, until they have it all stabilized, they will put a 2x4 or a 2x6 or something that props it up and holds it in place until it can be permanently attached. Prop somebody up. Look for ways that we can encourage and edify and prop somebody up. Then watch for ways to help others. Now, all of this fits together. If we are edifying others, then I believe we will have focus on others rather than ourselves. When we edify others, when we watch for their needs, when we watch for ways that we can minister to them, our eyes won't be on ourselves. And I believe we'll be able to do some of the other things there in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. Rejoice evermore. In everything give thanks, because we've gotten the focus off of ourselves and on others. Here's my challenge today. Edify one another. God bless you. Have a great day.